What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another NHL 18 franchise mode video with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last episode, we are struggling to win games and we need a mix-up of the lines. Now, I did take a break from YouTube for about a week, but I'm back. And let's get this first season out of the way. Not in this episode, I'm going to the deadline, and the episode after that, we're finishing it. Boom, just like that. After this video gets uploaded, you guys have exactly 24 hours before I record the next episode. So from the time this video is uploaded, which I would imagine, I'm not even going to say a time, because I'm going to edit it right now. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I'm off from work for the next few days. So 24 hours after this video goes live on YouTube, I will record episode, what is it, episode 5? Yes, episode 5. And then we will get the season over with in that very episode. But with that being said, here are some comments we need to address. Nicholas Coe says, trade for Darnell Nurse. Okay, I do like that trade. I scouted the trade ahead of time, though, as I do when I read these comments. And unfortunately, Darnell Nurse is out for probably the next, like the rest of the season. He's out until March. He has a really bad ankle injury. So we will trade for Darnell Nurse if we are not a playoff team. So I will keep your comment on hold for now. Nicholas Coe, I appreciate your comment for sure. Pancake Hut, put JVR on the first line or trade for that first/second line left wing sniper. You need more goal scoring. I completely agree. We need more goal scoring. It seems like the only person really scoring goals right now is JVR. Now, Sportsman17 says it was idiotic to put Hyman on the first line. Agreed, we don't have to listen to every comment, but I do feel like that is what I do, is I love to listen to comments from you guys. Because this is our team. It's not your team. It's not my team. It's our team. So let's go ahead and go best lines and see what it says. It does have JVR on the first line with Auston Matthews and William Nylander. Kadri, Marleau, and Actually, we're going to keep the lines like this and see how we do. Because if the lines are good like this, then that'd be pretty sick if we could win games just like this. Who's not playing? Dominic Moore. Hyman. Who is on the bench? Somebody's scratched. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look into it. Now, Jake Gardiner is injured. Another thing we're going to do in this video is we are going to turn injuries off. They will be turned on for the playoffs. It's just that we're taking too many injuries. Oh, Kasperi Kapanen is scratched. I'm actually going to send him to the AHL if he is going to be scratched, because there's no point in him just sitting on the bench. Might as well send him to the AHL where he can get some playing time. Oh, okay, never mind. Kasperi Kapanen. Two-way deal. Sorry, bud, but I don't want you playing the fourth line. I would rather you play in first line AHL minutes. I'm sure he'll get over it really fast. Best lines in the AHL. I actually want Kasperi Kapanen on the first line with Soshnikov. So that's actually a pretty sick trio down there. Now, Frederick Gutierrez will be in trade talks in this episode. Question is, where would he be going? So we're definitely get back into that. So back to the NHL. A second line left winger would be perfect for us. But the problem is we don't have much to trade, and we are in a weird window right now to where we may miss the playoffs, but we may not miss the playoffs. So I don't want to trade first or anything like that, because right now we're out of the playoffs. I want to see if the Lions do good like they are at now, or do we have to make a trade? Now, another comment I'm getting into is Drive Prison. He says he basically, the thing he loves about this channel and other small but growing channels is that you feel more included. That's my job here. As I said, our franchise mode. I read every comment, and I love to discuss your guys' comment because it keeps my franchise mode going. I am very creative, but there's times to where my mind's like, I don't know how to get better than this. And you guys will help me get better. So, I do appreciate every comment. I read every single comment. Every single comment. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue simulation here. Okay. Now, we're going to go to January with the lines just like this and see if we improve. So, let's go ahead and go to January 1st and see if it improves like this. Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2 win. Okay, that's perfect. New York Rangers up next, 4-2 loss. Alright. It's not terrible. Joseph Wall is back. Oh, I forgot to turn injuries off. Best lines. Stop stimulation. Stop stimulation. Stop stimulation. Jake Gardiner's back. Okay. Best lines again. Stop stimulation. God, it takes forever to stop stimulation. I am going to turn lines or turn injuries off. Alright guys, I did turn the injuries off. So we're very close to the date I said, and that's January 1st. So we're going to slow sim our final game in the month of the year 2017 against Vegas and see how we shape up. Hopefully we score a lot of goals. They are not a very good team. They're 7-24-5. God, they're bad. First periods. And JVR gets one on Marc-Andre Fleury. Second periods. Oscar Lindbergh. And then third periods. We're going to overtime with Vegas, Auston Matthews, and John Marleau. So, in overtime, in the shootouts, William Nylander and Auston Matthews both notch a shootout goal, and that will give us a 3-2 victory over the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I'm sorry, Vegas Golden Knights. They get upset if you say Las Vegas. So, here we are at the first, and again, we're a fringe playoff team. I don't know who to trade for, though. Like, I don't know, because like we could trade for Darnell Nurse, but again, he's injured, so he would just ride the pine. We're 6th in the Atlantic Division. We have a lot of catching up to do. We actually have all the teams we have to catch up to have games in hand. That's gonna hurt us. So let's make a really quick trade. I already know who we're gonna get, and see if that helps us out. All right, guys, the guy we're going after is the guy you guys actually told me to go after in the early episodes, and that's Mr. Jaromir Jagr. A $2.6 million contract for 1 year. How do we not acquire Jagr? 7 goals, 16 assists. He's not a high-scoring sniper, but he'll definitely help set some players up in the offensive zone. Speed is an issue, but hopefully the way we play will counteract that. Now, we are going to have to send them something they want in return. So, they don't want anybody I'm willing to give up, basically. How about a third for Jagr? A third straight up for Jaromir. Okay, we do have to take a skater back. I was afraid of that. Let's see here. I don't want to give up any of these players. Actually, Frederick Gutierrez for Jaromir Jagr. He's not going to be anything. We don't have any room for him. He's going to be an AHL guy probably for the rest of his career if he stays in Toronto. We could give him to Colorado and they could make something out of him. I don't think that would go through straight up, no. So we're going to have to give them someone else. Do we have anybody unsigned? We have a lot of prospects. Like, no centers or defensemen, though. Like, a winger. Like, his trade value sucks. I'd want to give them a winger, not, like, a defenseman or a center. Because that's where our prospects start to decline, is center and defenseman. So I want to give them a winger. Actually, what about Josh Levo? He's not playing. We could do Josh Levo. Josh Levo and Frederick Gutierrez for Jaromir Jagr. That would go through. Rejected? Oh, my goodness. Is Jagr really worth that? Because he only has, like, what is it, 7 goals in the season? Yeah, 7 goals. Is he really worth that much? I don't think so. Let me see if I can find another forward. Alright, guys, we did try a few other trades. I just edited them out of the video because none of them worked. And there's no point in giving up a role that we need right now for someone who is only going to be here for a year or someone we're going to have to trade away in a year. So we don't really have a lot of assets besides draft picks. Actually, we do have a lot of assets, prospects. But most of the prospects we have either have too much value to trade for some certain players or not enough value. And that is a problem. I want to keep our first because, again, we don't know what kind of team we are. So, as I said, this episode is going to the deadline. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the deadline, and I'm going to let you guys work your magic. You guys are great at thinking of these amazing trades. I would have never thought to go after Darnell Nurse. I tell you the truth, I forgot about Darnell Nurse. So, you guys always tell me to make these trades that improve the team. So, let's take it to the deadline, and I'm going to let you guys give me your opinion on the team. Are we a playoff team? Are we not? So, we're going to slow sim this game against the Ottawa Senators. Tampa Bay Lightning up first, and we lose 8-2. San Jose Sharks, 4-3 overtime loss. Vancouver, we beat them 3-2. Now, another problem we're having is Patrick Marleau's contract. That is a big issue for us because if we don't make the playoffs, $6 million for the next 2 years after this year, yeah, that's going to hit us hard. That really is going to hit us hard. Let's hope that that is not an issue for us. If we don't make the playoffs, we're definitely going to take the first offer sent for Patrick Marleau to us. So let's go ahead and slow sim this game against the Ottawa Senators. A big rivalry game here. Let's get 2 points. If we leave with 2 points, we're still in this playoff race. First periods. And Chris Weidman. Come on. Second periods. And JVR, but Colin White and Eric Carlson. Oh my goodness. Third period. Morgan Rielly, but Mike Hoffman and Colin White make that a 5-2 game and notch a victory over us. Come on, boys. We got to get these dubs. All right, boys. Here we go. Let's continue simulation here and see what else we can get into. I really want to make the playoffs this year, but this isn't the worst year to slip from the draft because this is a year that all the prospects are going to be really good. The first and probably like the very first year is always the best year to draft. 6-1 victory over the Philadelphia Flyers. That's big. 4-0 win over the Senators. As I say, I wouldn't mind slipping. We're going to win every game. Watch. Okay, there we go. Patrick Marleau and a 6. I'm actually going to write this trade down real fast. That way we can make this trade later on in the season if we don't make the playoffs. So LA, their second rounder for Marleau. And their 6th. Their 2018 6th. So, that will be the trade we will revert back to possibly in the next episode if we do not make the playoffs. Now, obviously, if we're a playoff contending team, we need to keep Marleau. But trust me, Marleau's $6.2 million cap hit is going to hurt us a lot more next season than it is this season. So, if we're not going to make the playoffs this year, Patrick Marleau is almost not even being used very good this year. Can you imagine how much of an anchor that contract will be next season? Well, it's going to be terrible. So let's hope that we're either a playoff team or we're not. Hopefully we can see it at the deadline. Like, we just won 4 straight. So we're definitely still in this playoff race for sure. And, okay, Dominic Moore. See, I don't want Josh Gorges to go. So I'm going to go ahead and decline that trade. New York Islanders. And now we have Rangers, so we have to play the Islanders and the Rangers back-to-back. Oh, a little New York trip right there. Let's see where we sit in the standings right now. 6th. Okay, it's starting to look like we're out of the playoffs. Because there's teams with 4 games in hand on us. Yeah, we may have to call it here, boys. Maybe we are officially out of this playoff race. The trade deadline's right around the corner. I said I was going to the deadline. We will go to the deadline. So, let's go ahead and keep this simulation rolling. We will slow sim this game against the Bruins because they are another big rival. We beat the Rangers 1-0. There we go. Freddie had a good game there. So, come on. Boston Bruins, they're 17-28-5, I believe that said. So, that was terrible. First periods. David Krejci, second periods. Matt Martin. Okay, unexpected goal scorer there. Third period. There we go. We lit up Tuukka Rask. We actually chased him out of the building. Mitch Marner. Ben Smith, I forgot he was on the team. Jake Gardner and Morgan Rielly on Khudobin. The second Khudobin comes in, Morgan Rielly says, "Nah, you're not going to be the replacement and not get scored on. Get scored on, punk." Yep, 17-29-5. Those Bruins, they're tanking for sure. So, let's go ahead and we won't slow sim against Ottawa. We'll slow sim against... We'll go against the Panthers because they're closer to us in the Atlantic Division, and they could actually be the team we could bump out if we keep going straight, keep going through. I almost said keep going straight because I see Mr. Straight there. We don't want him though. Yeah, we don't want him. So I'm going to decline that trade. Veteran defenseman would not be bad to acquire if we were going on a playoff race, but we're not. So I'm going to decline that trade for sure. We do beat Anaheim in overtime. Nashville Predators, we beat them 4-1, so we're actually getting wins together here. Ottawa Senators, a 1-0 victory. See, we're a playoff team just like that. Like, we win 4 games straight, we're a playoff team. We lose 2 straight, we're out of the playoffs. I'm going to continue to scout very well, though, because we could definitely still miss the playoffs by a wide margin. So, Chris Mueller for a 4th. No. CBJ... 5-3 victory. Pittsburgh Penguins up next. They're Stanley Cup champions, and we lose to them in the shootout. Important part is we got points. Joffrey loophole for Strite. Hey, I actually kind of want to look at this trade because Joffrey loophole is in the AHL. Given his cap hit's not with us right now. Well, it is applied to the cap. Strite isn't going to help us. Okay, I thought he would, but... I was thinking, like, if he's a 79 overall, not a terrible trade, you know? But 76, no. We don't really need him. We already have Martin Marincin on sitting on the bench just in case somebody goes down. Excuse me, by the way. Florida Panthers up next. They are definitely right there with us in the playoffs, unless they have more overtime points than us. Let's see where we are. See, we're 5th now. But see how many games in hand every team has on us? Ooh, see. This is hard to say, guys. This is hard to call. I'm telling you, we're going to have to go down to the deadline, and I'm not going to make the call. I'm going to leave it for my assistant GMs to make this call. So let's go ahead and simulate this game against the Panthers and see how, not how, but where our team will be going to this deadline. Here we go, first periods. And Matt Martin and JVR. Vibrata gets one for the Panthers. Second periods. Barakov, Matheson, and Vincent Trocheck. Connor Brown does not goal for us, keeping it a 1-goal game. Third periods, and William Nylander ties it up, but Jonathan Huberdeau says no, not today. So the Panthers beat us 5-4 and keep that gap between us on the standings. Okay, that's bad. That really is bad. So we have 2 games at the deadline with the Panthers and the Lightning. Those could be the games that decide if we're a playoff team or not. Smith for a 6? No. I do not want to trade Smith for a 6. No, I don't want to trade Smith for a 6th. Islanders, 4-1 win. Postma? No. Get out of here. Boston, 4-2 loss. Okay, and we're right back where we were before. I think we're towards the bottom now. I think we're 6th again. Yep, we're 6th again. Oh my goodness. Everybody has like at least 3 games in hand. There's some teams that have 4. Oh my goodness. I might call it how it is, guys. I think we're out of the playoffs. That's just my opinion. I already have the Marleau for a 2nd rounder written down. That may be a trade we go for. Given, yeah, we're getting a 2nd round pick back. I'll take the 2nds for Marleau. Because we're dropping $6 million in cap space. I'll take that for sure. I don't know, guys. This is going to be a tough race. We will slow sim this game against Tampa Bay, and everything goes to you then. Everything is going on your shoulders. I want to see what you say. Should we just keep this team we have? Because JVR is a huge guy we can trade right now. But then again, if we don't have the Marleau cap hit, we could re-sign JVR. You see where I'm coming from? Like, there's so many possibilities with this team. We're not getting Postma. Let's slow sim this game against probably one of the President's Trophy candidates, Tampa Bay Lightning. Here we go. First periods. JVR gets one. Speaking of the devil. Second periods. Palat. Third period. And we're going to overtime. Kucherov and Connor Brown. And in overtime, Tyler Johnson gets the extra point. And we only get 1 point in Tampa Bay. I'll take 1 point over no points any day, though. But even so, we're still... I think we're still out of the playoff spot. Because I don't even think... See, we bumped up 1 now. That's how close this is. But then again, Ottawa has 4 games in hand on us. Florida has 5. It's just... It's too close to make a call. It really is. I could easily say, okay, that's it. We're not going for the playoffs. Let's tank. Let's get a good draft pick. Well, not even tank. Let's just trade away the veteran players that have 1 year on their deal and Patrick Marleau. And then let the kids play. Let them improve. And then drafts better. Make a few free agent sign-ins. Come back. Be a better team. That's what we could do. I mean... Let's see where the wild card is in the Eastern Conference right now. Carolina and New York. The Islanders actually have it. 77 and 73 points. We have 66. How many games did they have played? Carolina's got, what? They have 3 games in hand. The Islanders got 2. Ooh, we may be out of it, guys. We're like... We're walking up... Okay, Halloween reference. We're trick-or-treating. We're all dressed up, ready to go. We want our candy. The New York Islanders and Carolina are those 2 scary houses on the end of the block. Act like we're little kids. I'm 20 years old making a trick-or-treat reference, for God's sake. I'm a kid at heart. They're that scary house on the end of the block. We're shaking. We're Auston Matthews for Halloween. We're shaking in our boots, shaking in our skates. There we go. We're walking up, but we want to knock, but we're scared to. And we're trying to decide, because we knocked, nobody's answering. We finally knocked, nobody's answering. Now we're trying to make the decision. Do we go home? Or do we ring the doorbell and hope somebody comes to the door? That's a damn good reference. I'm sorry, but that is a damn good reference. Because think about it. If we ring the doorbell and nobody comes to the door, we miss the playoffs. But what if we ring the doorbell and somebody answers? That means we made the playoffs. That is a damn good reference, and you know it is. Alright guys, before I end the video, we do have breaking news, and it is from NSN. That's right, the Not Too Bad Sports Network. Damn straight I have my own sports network. And it is that William Nylander's camp has openly announced that they will now be accepting contract extension offers from the Toronto Maple Leafs. What will the Maple Leafs offer William Nylander as a contract extension, or would they tender his offer? Okay, so there you guys saw it. William Nylander's camp is accepting offers. We are going to wait, though, until the next episode to give him an offer. Tell me, guys, should we offer William Nylander a contract? Obviously, we should. But should we give him like a prove yourself deal, try to get him for short term, or should we lock him up? That, I already know what I want to do. I want to lock him up, but it's up to you guys. I mean, I could get him maybe $5 million for 5 years. Wouldn't that be a sick deal? Oh, that's just disgusting. William Nylander 5 for 5. Oh my goodness, that would be gross. That'd just be disgusting. You guys comment what we should give him for his contract, and we'll go from there. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press that like button down below. Comment, playoff team or not a playoff team? Tell me, should we ring the doorbell or should we run away? Let me know in the comments down below. Or should we just stand there and wait and see what happens? Either way, if you guys deem that we're not a playoff team, I'm trading Marleau. Marleau's gone for sure. Maybe JVR. I don't know, because I'm starting to think we could re-sign JVR if we trade Marleau. I don't know, because we could get a lot in return for JVR. Maybe even like a sniper. Someone younger for JVR that still needs time to grow. They could grow with the team. Oh, come on, guys. You got to let me know. Let me know down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new here. Remember, 24 hours is on the clock. As soon as you reach this point in the video, that means the timer started 24 hours from this video's upload. Hey, get those comments in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, almost forgot that part.